Welcome back. Nick and Lex here. Thank you so much for joining me to another episode of Music with Nick. Today we got a request and sponsored video by Rudy. Thank you so much, Rudy, for this request. Thank you for, choosing another band that we've never done. That's awesome. And the band in question, or the artist in question, is David David MINASIAN. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. And I love the artwork. It looks very, maybe it's the same artist. David MINASIAN. And we're going to do a very, very long song. Nah, not too long. It's only 12 minutes, but it looks like it's the epic of the album. Let's see. Yeah, and it's also the album opener. I just did that literally the last video for Eric Graybeard. I also did the album opener. Was it the album opener? Oh, wait a minute. No. Okay, now I'm super confused. Let's see. Give me 1 second. Yes. Yeah, I did Star Castle, the album opener, also longest song on the record. All right. Okay, so let's go back to Rudy's selection. So this song is called Masquerade. It is remastered 2020, but originally the okay, wait a minute. Random Acts of Beauty. David MINASIAN. Well, now I don't know if it's like new but let me look it up, because I'm just gonna save you guys some ink. Okay. Album. Yeah, 2010. So yeah, it's the second time today that Spotify kind of gets it wrong, but I mean, you just have to deal with it. But I like to look it up. I do enjoy looking up stuff now and then. Okay, so we're gonna do Masquerade, and I mean, while we're at it, let's see, where are they from, or where is he from? Prog rock. Indonesian rock. Okay. So David MINASIAN is an American film producer, screenwriter, director, and musician, singer, and songwriter since the 1980s. He has worked for various motion picture production companies in the LA area. Wow. Okay. Cool. I'm intrigued. I'm very, very intrigued. So let's go. Let's do Masquerade. Thank you, Rudy, so much. If you're new to the channel, be sure to like the video or dislike it, whatever you feel like. Or you can subscribe and see more videos of my wife and I reacting to music and talking about music. The community is very tight-knit and very, very cool, and everybody's very positive here. So think about it. Thank you so much, Rudy. Let's get on with it.
restless tree, and the leaves will fall from the branch. Now we are free to spin in a final dance all along the road. Promises are made. Will they survive? Or to rest, will they be laid? Then she turns to walk away. Is there something I should say to let her know she'll always hold a place in my heart? Then I, for a moment, hesitate. I reach out, but it's too late. Will I see your face revealed in this masquerade? Then she turns to walk away. Is there something I should say to let her know she'll always hold a place in my heart? Then I, for a moment, hesitate. I reach out, but it's too late. Will I see your face revealed in this masquerade?
Very cool. Very, very cool. I feel it's very cinematic. It's very like it's not just because I read that, but I kind of it is now. That's why I don't read about, bands, because it basically puts me on thinking pattern. I'm like, oh yeah, it does sound a lot like film music. It sounds very epic. It sounds, like he did it by himself, of course. um Everything like it, because you can hear the instruments are all kind of like on the meaty side. They're not real. Like when you hear the trumpet, you can hear that it's not a real trumpet. But that doesn't, I mean, for me, I don't care. Music is music as long as it sounds beautiful, and this does. But I'm now obviously now thinking, and I'm overthinking everything. That's why I just want to, put on the track, and then if we want to talk about their birthdays or what they do besides being in the band and all that stuff, um that's why I don't look up musicians before doing a reaction, because it gives me too much information already, and I can put it in a category. And I you see, so but I really love this. I would compare it a little bit. It sounds to me, well, first of all, very beautiful arrangements. Of course, the solo was very thought through, very emotional, the whole thing, the whole piano bits. There's a lot of strings involved here, there's a lot of atmosphere, and also the singing, very, very well done. I mean, it just feels like like, a little bit like music. And I don't want, now I'm going to say it. It sounds like it could be like a soundtrack or like a video game track. And just to let you guys know, if you play video games nowadays, it's not like back in the 80s where it sounds like bloop, bloop, bloop. No, it's like these video games have scores, and they have full-on orchestras, and it's like so amazing. Just like it's not like back in the 90s, so that's why and it's of course instrumental music, so it sounds very epic, and it sounds very score like. So this is what this sounds like. It sounds like a very elaborate score with lyrics and a guitar solo, and I love the way he was also like kind of like doing the whole the whammy bar with the guitar subtly to give it a little bit of a cry. Really cool. Very, very nice. Very, very cool, Rudy. Very cool selection for the channel. Something very different, I mean. And I was gonna add after this another track as a bonus, because there's another song called Masquerade, but it would just mess. It's too heavy. I was gonna do Symphony X, the Masquerade, but it would kind of like destroy the whole vibe of this. So let's keep it just where it is. We'll do the Symphony X later, and I'll dedicate it to you, Rudy. Okay? So let's go. Let's keep going. This is very interesting. Very cool. Very cool. It reminded me a little bit of like Gordian knot at the end. The whole boom, 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 boom. And then there's a lot of layers there, a lot of music, and even a little bit of Floyd, like the whole like, it just reminded me. It was very thick at the end. A lot of instrumentation, um, put over each other. Very cool. Very interesting. Um, yeah, but yeah, that's like the only thing. The only gripe I had it with the song was is that you could kind of notice that the instruments were basically, I don't know, they were just like they sounded like meaty. But well, you work with what you have. If he doesn't have a trumpet player, this is I think it just sounds like a one-man gig, and that's admirable. Like if you can do all that by yourself, you good, man. I mean, that's like the way that I write. Like I do all my stuff. Like if I have like violins, like I have to come up with. I mean, it sounds, I guess, a little bit more real because it's also 10 years at more advanced the technology that I use. So when I use violins, they're actually violins, but they're mapped onto my MIDI keyboard. So they sound like they're recorded with, it just sounded like sometimes a little bit too much MIDI. But I mean, that's just a little critique that I have. I think overall the composition and the music and the vibe and everything put together was excellent. But I just, if I have to nitpick, that's the only thing I would call out, because it's rare to hear this when I do a reaction. Usually they all have their, when I listen to something like Spock's Beard or Neil Morse, they have all those players, for real. They hire them. And, not all of us have that kind of money. So if I need a trumpet player, I'm going to be the trumpet player, and I'm going to, play here the trumpet that I want and use what I have. So that's why I respect this guy very much. And it must be very hard to put a song like this together, a 12-minute epic. So kudos to him. This was very good. Thank you so much, Rudy, for choosing this, something different. I like it because a lot of people request the same stuff over and over and over again, and then that's why I like to keep things a little bit different, because there's so much music. And if we're gonna do, I mean, I could do like 40 Alan Holdsworth like re-listens where I show you guys Alan Holdsworth 40 times, but you would be like, dude, like show us something new. So that's what I like when you come up with new stuff. But well, it is up to you guys. You're if you request a song and you want that specific artist, then I get it. I'm the same way. I've when I used to listen to music back with my friends, and we would just be focused on one artist, we'd be like, okay, listen to this song by this band, and then listen to this song by the same band, and then we would just focus on that band for like 6 months and then do something new. So I get it. If you keep requesting the same artists, it's all good. It's just like as I mean, for me it's wonderful. For me it's all like, brain brain food, I can say. But just like for the channel, like the other people that listen, I guess it could get repetitive, but I mean, that's that's up to them. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Rudy, for doing this, for requesting this. This was great, and thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.